this video, we will show you how to make magical shooting star name place cards. Perfect for your festive table setup. We'll combine paper crafting with embroidery to create a beautiful design where each guest's name shines through a star-shaped window cut into the paper. First, click on the technique icon to make sure the CAD technique is enabled in your workspace. Choose Rectangle from the Shapes menu and draw one in your workspace. In the selection pane, set the width to 140 mm and the height to 210 mm. That's about 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Center it into the hoop and remove the fill color. From the outline properties, choose Cut. This will be your paper base. Now draw another rectangle 140 by 75 mm, that is about 5.5 by 3 inches. Set the x-axis to 0 so it's aligned with the base center. Set the y-axis to minus 37.5 mm to position it below the middle. This will define your embroidery area. Remove the fill color and set an outline offset of minus 2 mm to leave a little cutting allowance. From the Shapes menu, draw a star shape while holding the Control key or Command key to keep it proportional. From the selection pane, set the number of rays to 5. Check proportional. Set the width value to 50 mm and the start angle to 110 degrees to slightly rotate it. Place the star in the upper left corner of the rectangle. Now, start the digitizing tool to add the tail of the shooting star. Press the Shift key to add cusp nodes when it's necessary. Start the node editor, select the top right node, and press the plus key twice to insert 2 new nodes evenly spaced. Convert them to cusps and shape the curve to look like a glowing comet trail. Next, duplicate the star. Select it along with the tail, and from the Shaping menu, choose Weld. Remove the fill color and set the outline to cut. This shape will create the opening in your paper card. Select the original star to create a decorative element for your name place card. Remove the outline color. Set the fill to satin with density at 2 mm. Edit the fill color. Select the stitch flow and check the point directions. Add a point in the center of the star to create a subtle stitch effect and remove the short long stitches. Select the star and drag the scale handles while holding the Shift key down to make the star slightly larger than the cutout to ensure it fits nicely underneath. You can also add more sparkle by placing star symbols from the Wingdings 2 font as decorations. Now it is time to add the names. Start the lettering tool to type the first name on your list. Set the starting point next to the star. Use capital letters. Select font XPG001 at size 17.0. From the placement options, choose On Arc with center text alignment. Adjust the control handles of the arc so the name follows the tail's flow. Set a color for the name. Bring the cutting parts together. Now that the design is finished, switch to manual mode to check the embroidery sequence. Move the rectangle border before the other embroidery parts. We will use it as positioning stitch. Duplicate it and change the outline color to use it as a tack down stitch that holds the fabric in place. To automatically create multiple versions for all the guest names on your list, select the embroidery parts, and from the right-click menu, select the option Name Drop. A dialog box appears with a name you have already used. Place the cursor inside the box, press Enter, and write the next name on your list. When all the names are added, press OK. The software automatically creates a copy of the design for each name and inserts a stop between them so you can change hoops. Review each group and adjust as needed. To have a better view, you can hide other groups of the one edited. For example, reducing the font size for longer names to better fit in with the design. Now, let's create slots on the paper base so it can stand on the table. Draw a vertical line about 35 millimeters tall. Place it slightly under the top edge. Set x-axis to -35 millimeters and y-axis to 75 millimeters. Duplicate the line and set x to 35 millimeters to mirror it on the right. Set both outlines to cut. Move them before the cutting rectangle base. Move the star outline after the lines to refine the cutting order. Now it's time to cut the paper for the paper base. If you don't have a cutter, don't worry. Go to File menu and use the Print Artwork option. From the print items, remove embroidery as we don't need it and proceed. We will use this printout as template to cut the paper base by hand. If you own a digital cutter, now it is time to power on the cutter. Go to Export to Cutters, select your cutter if it is already on the list, or export to a file if you need to send it to another cutter. So, set your paper on the cutting mat and cut the base. Once the paper base is cut, fold it vertically in half and then fold 3 centimeters from the open edges. Slide the part between the slots to the other side to help your card stand upright. Now for the embroidery part. Select a proper hoop for the embroidery parts and export the design for your machine. Hoop a single layer of stabilizer. Prepare your fabric with iron-on backing. Load the design on the machine, attach the hoop, and start embroidering. First comes the positioning stitch. Place the fabric on top of it and continue with the tuck-down stitch. I'm using metallic threads here for a touch of holiday shimmer. Now it's time to embroider the star. Next comes the name, and finally the decorations. When finished, the machine will stop so you can prepare the next hoop and repeat it for each guest's name. Cut the fabric along the border stitch. Press it gently. Place it behind the cutout in your paper card. Add a bit of double-sided tape to secure it, and that's it. Your personalized embroidered Shooting star name cards are all set to shine on your festive table. Enjoy the season and don't forget to like and subscribe for more creative embroidery projects.